The radio show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show, where we still don't know what My Sharona really means.
Don't you just love it when you learn the lyrics of a song that you've been singing? You discover you've been singing it wrong
Right.
like forever, for all your life. And there's even still some even current songs when it comes out. You're like, what are the lyrics? What are they really talking about? Well, let's talk a little bit about, maybe we can't be the most productive in, song lyrics, but we can be. We talked about crushing productivity a little bit in that last segment. And, what are some things that we can do to really crush productivity? I mean, there are days where you are just in the zone, right?
Absolutely.
You're getting stuff done. People are replying back. You're moving forward. Things are getting checked off. There's other times where I can't get a hold of anybody. We're going back and forth. We're not making progress. And it's really frustrating. Well, I found a fun little article, the smallbusinesshub.com.au. So I don't know if this is Australia, but
I believe it is.
They talk a little bit about some things that are actually crushing your productivity, keeping you from crushing your productivity.
The other crushing.
Right? It's the opposite.
Yep.
Right? You're being crushed. Your productivity is being crushed. And if you don't know the crushers, right, you can't solve for them, and they'll derail you. So we're going to talk about what some of the productivity crushers are, and some possible solutions so that you can be the rock star to managing your day.
All right. Number one is the crusher of your productivity, email overload. Can I get an amen?
Oh my gosh. I have over 7,000 unread emails now.
Wow.
Right. I've adopted Eric's methodology.
And I would appreciate it if you would stop attributing your I have adopted Eric's. You're blaming me for your 7,000 emails.
I'm giving you
You're
credit.
You're very popular. Oh, is that what it is?
I'm giving you credit.
Oh,
right?
Well, then keep that up all day
right?
long.
Yeah. I used to spend a whole lot of time, reading every email, filing it, delegating it, like all of that, having a 0 unread.
Right.
And Eric's number just kept climbing. It was absurd to me that he could have that many unread emails, and wouldn't that, because it would drive me crazy.
What is your number?
7,009.
7,009?
Mm-hmm.
You were almost caught up. 7,723.
And then I'm actually going to go into, I'm a deleter. I love deleting.
Right.
I love throwing stuff away. I love clearing out the clutter.
It's a wonder I'm still here.
Really, truth be told, right? And I mean, I love it. Like even at home, when the kids, make something out of the refrigerator, they find a leftover in the refrigerator.
Right.
Or even finish up like a bottle of ketchup.
Woo-hoo!
And we're like, yay, we're throwing something away, right? Empty box, empty container. But we are spending huge chunks of our week dealing back and forth with emails.
It's true.
And so there's a couple different things that you can do. One, stop checking and responding to email all day long. Have a dedicated time of day or a few times during the day where you go, you check, you deal with it.
Yeah.
And then move on.
Okay.
So that it's not a constant interruption to your day.
All right.
There's all sorts of apps now that will actually filter out what you really need. Scheduling apps, so you don't have to have the back and forth with, can we meet? There's all sorts of, Dropbox and Evernote, and where things can actually Google Drive, share drives, all that, where things can be shared.
Set up rules in your email so that it's, if it's obviously coming from spam or something else like that, it goes into a separate folder or
you never
delete.
even have to see it.
That's exactly right.
You never even have to see it.
Right.
How about this? Never ending meetings.
Amen.
They are crushing your productivity, the ability to be productive.
Listen, I'm the first one to say meetings are vital to make sure the projects are on track.
You are not the first one to say that. You are the first one to say, I hate meetings.
There is that
Why
too.
are we meeting? I don't even want to go to that meeting. Well.
But they chew up a huge amount of my work week. Not anymore so much, because
we stopped having them.
We've found the common ground.
We stopped having them, or we're doing them more virtually. They seem to take less time when you do them virtually because there's not all this rabbit trailing that is going on.
Here's some options. You could do stand-up meetings. No chairs. Just stand up. Hey, Joe, what do you got? I got this. All right. See you later.
Okay. So we're not sitting down. We're not getting cozy. We're not bringing out because everybody's distracted. You know what was our biggest productivity creator with our staff meetings? Was when we said no computers at the meeting.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, these 3-hour meetings were only taking us 45 minutes. Like, wow, were we a little distracted?
Yeah, you want to take that and put it on steroids. Go to the 60-second rule. Each team member gets 60 seconds to take the floor. It allows them to summarize any key developments or concerns and then allocate 5 minutes for Q&A at the end of the meeting to clear up ambiguity. I'm on board for that.
You can't you really are on board with the 60-second thing.
You're the one.
You're the one. He will talk and talk and talk. I'm like, you said a lot, but nothing
in the room. All right. The third issue that is bogging down or cluttering up your productivity, crushing your productivity, is you are the chief cook and bottle washer. You're bogged down by all the administrative tasks.
Just because it has to get done doesn't mean you are necessarily the one doing it.
That's exactly right.
As the leader, this is where delegation comes in to play. If you're doing your own bookkeeping, unless you are a graphic designer, if you're doing your own graphic design, if you're writing emails, if you're the ones writing copy, and it's not exactly your job description, then you should be delegating that out.
Take it to the Department of the VA. We're not talking Veterans Affairs, folks. We're talking about virtual assistant. Go get you one. Yeah,
take the plunge. There's so many resources online. A website that I've recently been introduced to and have checked out, and it looks really awesome, is Upwork. Hire the right freelancer for the projects, right?
There you go. Another one is Fiverr.com. You can find some really cool workers there as well.
There are resources out there that are super affordable, and they're going to do twice as good of a job in half the time it would take you to do it.
For about a quarter of the money. Mm-hmm. Think about that.
All right. Here's another problem with you being super productive is a gigantic to-do list.
You've got so much to do, you can't get it all done. It's crushing your productivity.
If it really has to get done, put it in your calendar.
There it is.
And then finally, latecomers and time wasters.
Latecomers and time wasters.
Right? The dawdlers that you're always waiting on for a meeting to start or to get stuff done or to turn stuff in.
Or the people that talk and talk and talk and have nothing to say. All of those are crushing your productivity. Don't you have someplace else to be?
All right. So I love a good checklist.
Absolutely.
I love, my to-do list and, so I will put different things in my calendar because this is the time to do that. And within that time frame, this is my to-do list and, checking things off. And like I said, when people respond and we make decisions and we get it on the calendar and we get it done, it's when, all the cylinders are firing at once. Is that a thing in cars?
Absolutely. Yes, it is a thing in cars and other modern technology. Yes. All right, folks, that's it for us. We'll be back. But when we get back, you're going to love our next guest. Devin Bewley is in the house. This is the home of positive business talk, the Experience Pros Radio Network. For the archives of this broadcast and all the things that we do in order to help you become the influencer, check out experiencepros.com. We'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
I'm Chuck Kamlick, CNBC. Stocks soared today on news the economy strong, but they plunged on the realization that means higher interest rates. The Dow dropped 167, the NASDAQ 16, the S&P 15. There are just 1.5 million existing homes for sale in this country. Thanks to that tight supply and higher rates, sales fell 3% in January, the biggest drop in 3 years. The big stock winner, Amazon, which is now selling over-the-counter drugs online. Gunmaker stocks plunging on word President Trump is open to banning all guns for some people. Folgers will start selling a premium coffee made for those who like their coffee stronger, richer, darker. And the NBA has fined Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban $600,000. The league says Cuban made comments about the NBA he shouldn't have when talking about allegations of inappropriate behavior within the Mavericks organization. And we're just getting word the man who heads up Ford's North American division is out immediately for similar behavioral issues. Chuck Kamlick, CNBC.
Larry Elder points out the rise in the president's approval rating.
Trump's ratings are creeping up a little bit. Rasmussen has him at 49%. Macron in France in November was at 46%. Merkel, Germany in December, 38%. Trudeau, Canada, January of this year, 37%. My goodness. Those leaders must be racist. They must be xenophobes. They must be dictators.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 7, right before Lars Larson at 10 on Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Attention baby boomers. Bob Muni, reverse mortgage specialist with Silverleaf Mortgage, will be hosting Muni for Your Money, a discussion with financial planners, attorneys, and realtors specializing in specific financial issues facing baby boomers and their families. We will help you prepare for and prosper through retirement. Muni for Your Money on Saturdays, 2:30 to 3 p.m. on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. Money! That's Saturdays at 2:30 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-500-5588. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the